Yo, what's happening? Enrgy back in the building. Welcome to the Recharge with Enrgy podcast, where we speak our mind and don't be lying. You can always follow me at Enrgy23 on Instagram and Enrgy231 on Twitter. Got my co-host Jake with me.
Oh, your local U.S. Army soldier.
Local, keeping you home, keeping you safe. Out here fucking infantry and shit. It's like, nah, we ain't gonna. In the trenches.
Uber hacking.
Yes, sir.
I'll hack you some free V-Bucks. That's what they teach me to do. Is that still a thing? Are we still doing that?
V-Bucks?
COD points, I guess.
COD points, bro. Free COD points. Yo, just type in free COD points on YouTube, bro. I guarantee, like, fucking, like, all these videos are gonna pop up. Yeah, this is how you get free COD points. You gotta download this app, and then you gotta, just take this survey. And they never show you how to take the survey.
Actually, our company motto is exploit the enemy.
Well,
exploit the enemy.
So I guess we're exploiting.
Leave that open. Leave that open for interpretation.
We're exploiting fucking Al Qaeda's fucking oil for V-Bucks, I guess. I don't know. Middle Eastern and shit. We're gonna take that oil money and go buy V-Bucks. Well, all right. So I feel like going into this, I guess I'll go first. We'll get it out of the way just because it's an obvious topic, and I feel like everybody can relate to it because unless you've been hiding under a rock, and even if you were hiding under a rock, you still probably would have heard about this, is the stock market. Buy Doge. We're going to the moon. That's, at least me, Elon Musk will agree with that. But yeah. I mean, like, seriously though, like what's been going on with GameStop, Nokia, BlackBerry, what was the other, Naked, with some of these brands, like bro, like there's no way that like this was supposed to happen. Like, look at this shit. GameStop today, as of February 7th 2021, is $63.77 a share. Just a week ago it was at $468 a share, bro. So like, yeah, the volatility on something like this is absolutely retarded. Like this is not supposed to happen. But if you were one of those people that got in at $20 or $4 or whatever, I mean, congratulations to you. You became a millionaire overnight. But it wasn't me, because I wouldn't have invested in GameStop. And the fucked up thing is, I've told some people this, like, I remember being in GameStop. It was for like the release of like Black Ops. What was it? Black Ops 4, I think it was, or
yeah,
some shit like that. And like, I went there, and it was around Thanksgiving that like I got it, and like I went on the fucking I just had like downloaded Robinhood, and like I was just like looking at like different stocks and stuff, like, and like I remember looking at GameStop, and at the time it was like $2 or $3 a share, bro. And like just to think, like, and like I was looking at who I was with, I was just like, man, like, yeah, look, this company's going under, like they're not worth a damn, like I would never buy this stock, like this is just horrible. And then, like, a few years later, like, here we are, like, $60 some a share steady. And, obviously, Wall Street Bets has basically the power to control the stock market. So that's all it takes, man, to take this shit to the moon. Now, Dogecoin started off as a meme. I think they started, December 2013.
Yeah. I honestly didn't even know it was an e-currency until this shit started blowing up.
I didn't either. I had no idea that this was even a cryptocurrency or a currency period. I had no idea that Dogecoin was even a thing. But for the longest time, it was, and it wasn't something that you could trade on Robinhood until just recently. But yeah, like fucking Doge, man. Like, I mean, nobody would have ever invested in this shit. Just 3 weeks ago or a month ago or whatever, because it was literally a fraction of a penny. And as we are sitting right now, it is at 6 cents and like 6.5, like 0.06. Hold on, I'll pull this up. 0.0668. So it's almost at 7 cents a share as of February 7th. So this has been a big turnaround. This is probably honestly the most positive thing that has happened between 2020 and 2021, bro, because a lot of average people have been able to get into this stuff and make money. So this is if you couldn't get a stimulus check from the government, well, here you go.
Yeah. All right. Friggin' diving into the weeds, dude. Let's do, we talked about what is the market in the first place. What is core foundation of the market? Speculation, right? Speculating, okay, why did GameStop fail in the first place? My personal perspective on it is the paradigm, you're not familiar with that terminology, like the pattern of American living, lifestyle, routine, whatever the fuck, has changed. And it's surprising me is, GameStop has done so poorly for the past few years because people are just not going out as much. I mean, you throw COVID in the mix, I mean, that's pretty obvious, but before even then, like, they were going down the drain. But people are going out and shopping less. Like, people are going online, people are downloading copies of games and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's interesting. And the kind of counter topic to that is people are going out less to go shopping, right? But it seems now more than ever that there is like a fitness uprising. Like, it seems like, I mean, I've only been on this earth for 19 years, so I can only speak so much on my part, but it seems like society more now is leaned towards Gym Shark, let's become fitness studs, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's confusing. You have one part of America where it's like, okay, convenience, let's not go out, and the other part is, okay, we're gonna be healthy individuals and whatever.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I mean, I think it's been a trend recently, especially in COVID, to be more healthy, because people are home more. So you can't go to the bar, or you can't do things that you may have necessarily, or go to clubs and stuff like that where you may have been unhealthy, drinking a bunch of alcohol and not really paying attention to your figure and whatnot. But I guess being quarantined and being in the house a lot makes you look in the mirror a lot more, and if you don't like your body, then then this is definitely, I mean, I don't know, man. I've always went to the gym, and I will say that of course, like, January hits and it's like the gym's like packed as hell, like everyone's in there, and then it dies off like over the next couple of weeks, like all those people that sign up to go to the gym and then they don't stick with it.
It's crazy because it's almost been a whole year, literally. Like, this month will mark the whole year since they had closed down gyms back in Washington State, but it's almost been a whole year since I've had a workout routine, like, where I am able to go consistently, because of this pandemic. So I'm excited. when I start back up school tomorrow too.
Yeah, and that,
Something
you
going
know,
again.
I will say that on top like of that too is like, you know, that goes back to the conversation that we were having on the last podcast was, don't like, is COVID an excuse? You know what I mean? Is COVID an excuse as to why like you're not healthy? Because I don't think that it is. You know, like I think COVID, if anything, should, you know, give you more time to go and be healthy. You know, because a lot of that stuff takes time. Like, you know, it takes time to go to the gym. It takes effort. Like, it takes time to sit down and meal plan and do things. Like, you know, and I understand that, but this should, you know, give you that, you know, that more time that you always you didn't have. So, you know, at least that's just my perspective on it. Obviously everybody's gonna have a different outlook on that, but as somebody who worked through the entire pandemic, fortunately enough, you know, I was, because my job is deemed essential, I was able to work through the entire pandemic, but you know, my life really didn't change because I'm already introverted as it is. But I will say that, you know, I had to cut out even more things that I would do, like even as an introverted person, like I had to cut out things that I would normally do, and going to the gym for a period in time was one of them. But I didn't let that stop me from working out or, you know, dieting or doing what I do. You know, I just, if anything, like I just looked at it and just saw like an opportunity to like change something, to change, like, you know, to work out on my abs more, or work on, you know, just something different. Like, because at the house you don't have all the weights and everything like that unless you have a gym in your house, which, you know, obviously in my situation I don't. So I would just, you know, do kind of like jailhouse workouts, like that type of thing, and, you know, a lot of calisthenics and shit. So, you know, I mean, obviously you can use your own body to work out and actually get in decent shape. I feel like a lot of people get the whole going to the gym thing mixed up. You don't need to go to a gym to be a bodybuilder, or actually, nah, you kind of do. Not a bodybuilder, but I should probably take that back. But like, you know, like what I'm trying to say is like, you don't need to go to a gym.
Let me buy your ebook, bro.
You don't need to go to a gym to be in shape, is what I should say. It's simply just a decision
to live a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. So that's just a choice that you make beyond going to, but that's a big misconception, man. A lot of people sign up for the gym like thinking that they have to go to that, and that automatically that's gonna make them, you know, get ripped and, you know, be swole. Like, it's like, nah, bro. Like, there's like beyond like you just paying your monthly membership, like there's actual work that like goes into that stuff, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, like, you know, and I've noticed it, 80% of it is your diet, bro. Like, what you eat. I mean, working out, it helps, but I tried to fight it for the longest time, like thinking like, nah, like, you know, working out, like, you know, it's the only way to get swole, or to get big, or like gain weight or whatever. But nah, man, like, it's what you eat. Like, and I kind of had to learn that the hard way.
I told people when I had that transformation our senior year of high school, where I look like fucking, I obviously was poking needles in my ass. Is that whole semester I was just slaving away at eating the same strict clean meal twice a day. Like, the only time I was eating sloppy was on the weekends. I just, whatever my mom was making, I was eating it. I don't give a fuck. But when it came to the weekdays, I was very disciplined about it. And that had a huge impact on my physique and how lean I look.
Yeah, and I will say, like, you know, going back to that, like, I don't know if you still have it. You actually, I think you do still have that posted. But like, I just remember like what some of the people were saying, like, I'm not gonna name names in the podcast, but like what some of the people were saying, they were like, bro, like, what yo, this man on roids, like, what like, and it was just like, bro, it's like not like me. Like, I had talked to you like the whole time, like when you left Maryland, so like I knew that, like, you know, like what you were doing, like just how you were working out and like how you dropped football and just how you started focusing on like powerlifting and stuff. And I knew like that, like the background, but like people like thought that you were like shooting roids.
I was mad, bro. I was mad.
Yeah. And like all this other stuff, and I was just like, nah, man, like whatever, you know. But you know, you definitely had the body, like the, you know, one paper cut and you're done type of physique. like this man, like veins busting, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean it's one thing if it's like, okay, and you know, I stretched it in the picture, you know, you're seeing me as a freshman and then senior, so
Yeah.
obviously there's already gonna be a huge difference whether I worked out or not.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Senior to freshman is huge,
Yeah,
but like, and you know, this is what some fitness gurus do for like a busting these fake natties is the difference in physique in such a short time span. Well, I have pictures all the way through my whole like fitness journey, so there was no like gap in my whole process of getting where I wanted to be physically, where there was just a huge jump in how I look.
yeah. So
Like,
it was
it's
natural. It was natural.
Progression.
Yeah, it was natural is what you're getting at. I mean, and you're not a big person like that posts like, you know, oh, I'm at the gym today, like, you know, like you're not that type. So it's like, you know, you just made that one post and like that was the first thing that people had seen in years.
Yeah, someone mentioned the other day, which is kind of funny. They're like, they were looking at my page because whenever I hop on the game and stuff, you know, you start talking to people, and then they'll like ask you for a social media. I'm like, okay. So I always hand them my Instagram, and anyways, this dude, he was looking at my post and he's like, damn, it seems like you post once a year. Like looking at the dates, first post is 2018. Second post is 2019. Third post is 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, me personally,
2020 was
like,
my
I just don't feel
busiest year for posting.
I don't feel the need to post, like, you know, like my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I'm not nobody that special. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, you know, like for your personal social media, like social media, man, in general is just like a big, like, is everybody putting on this persona? Like, nobody posts like on their bad days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nobody posts on their shitty days or like when they didn't achieve something. It's like everybody posts when life's great, you know, or like, you know, they're at a family gathering and everybody's happy. Like, you know what I mean? They don't never post
Yeah, and that's
when,
kind
like,
of the
they're
premise
sad.
behind like the little smile thing I decided to start back up. Is I always have talked to people about, is like doing those like transform my mental state.
Mhm.
And I put one specific snippet of a song. It was for the third one I put up in this, you know, 2021 series, is this song by Poppy THBK, and he says, you know, some people don't know that behind a smile could be a frown. Like, I guarantee you, like I this will be it when I post one today. It will be what my 10th one in a row. Like, I promise you, in this 10-day time span, I've dealt with some shit that would drive people mentally insane. Only my good Lord could get me through some stuff I've dealt with, but you know, people don't see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I feel like we definitely went on like a big tangent there. We went from stocks to like like we're like posting and shit. But I mean, like, this is real shit, you know. It's the whole premise of the podcast. We're just talking real life shit that's relevant, real and relevant. So but yes, invest in Doge. Might be a little late now. Ethereum, not a bad idea to get into them. And there's plenty of other penny stocks that you could look into. But you know, you gonna have to pay me for those stocks. So like so but anyways, what was one of my other topics? Yeah. Now that the stock market shit is out the way. So Zodiac signs. Basically, what the question that I have, and I've just noticed this recently, just between TikTok and I never really like between TikTok and Instagram. I've never really looked into this like much, and I feel like maybe it's something that I should have like. But basically, I don't know if it's astrology or astronomy. I think it's astrology.
Astrology.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just, interject real quick and this could be why you haven't, and it's definitely why I haven't, is Christians don't practice astrology. It's not of Christian belief, and a lot of people are ignorant on that. It's kind of like, something best thing I can compare it to is karma. So many people bring up karma, belief in karma, whatever, but karma is not of Christian belief. Same astrology. Like karma it's Hinduism and Buddhism. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's for me why I don't practice astrology. I don't believe in any of it. And
yeah. So as far as this goes, I just thought that it was interesting nonetheless, because obviously everybody's like, oh, I'm a Aquarius and that's why I'm this, or I like basically like explaining like letting a zodiac sign like dictate their why they are who they are. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like I wasn't raised like that, bro. Like I'm sorry. Like I think like, which logically in my mind makes the most sense, like just how like your heritage, how many parents you have in your household, whether it be 2 or 1, and the neighborhood and the area that you live in, and how big your family is. Those are all factors that form you into who you are truly. Like, because everybody's life is so different. I don't think that you were unsuccessful because you're a Scorpio.
Yeah.
I don't think that that has anything to do with why you were successful or unsuccessful. I don't think that you're more dedicated because you're a fucking a Cancer or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know.
There's this dude that says it was trending on TikTok, is this guy, but one of the posts he put is, you rather believe in the stars for your personality than the creator of the stars. Okay, mad weird. And then it has, the sound of triple S. You said you okay. I could take you there.
Yeah.
And it's just like him dancing.
Yeah.
But dude was spitting facts, like.
Yeah, so for me, so let's this is what I wanted to go into. So now, it brings up the conversation of, okay, well, let's see, if this is truly accurate. Does this, does what each one of our zodiac signs is? Because, it's so crazy to me. Like, there's people that get this shit, like, grown men getting zodiac signs tattooed on them as if this is, like, really what's represented. So let's see. Like, so I'm a Scorpio. I was born between October 23rd and November 21st. My element is water. Quality fixed. I don't know what that, I mean, I'm not a dog, but we don't, all right, whatever. Color scarlet red. Color scarlet red rust. My day, I guess this is saying my favorite color and my favorite day. Okay. Tuesday, Nah, I don't have a favorite day, bro, and it definitely
Got
wouldn't
the
be
club
Tuesday if
going
it
up.
was. My favorite color is not scarlet. It's not red or rust. 1v1 me, bro. Ruler, Pluto, Mars. Well, I guess that ain't anything I control. My greatest overall compatibility would be a Taurus or a Cancer.
You're attracted to toxic bitches. Got it.
Like, come on, man. But
Straight
see, like,
Cancer.
it down here though, it fucking contradicts that though. Like, so if that is the case. So strengths: resourceful, brave, passionate, stubborn, a true friend. So okay, resourceful, sure. Brave, I maybe, I don't know, man. Passionate, yes. Stubborn, yeah, I've gotten that a lot. All right, and a true a true friend, sure. My weaknesses: distrusting. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't trust a lot of people. I don't just trust anybody. Jealous, nah, fam, nah. Envy's agreed, or and not no. Why am I? What, envy's agreed? What the fuck am I? Envy is a sin.
Yes.
Envy and greed. Yes, envy and greed are sins. And I don't believe in none of that shit. I'm not jealous of anybody. I don't question why anybody has something more than me or whatever. I mean, I will put my head down and grind for it until I get it. You know, God's got a plan for everybody. So secretive. Secretive, is that a, like, I don't understand this one, man. Like, secretive, is that a weakness? Like, cause I want to move in silence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't put my life on social media. So like, that's a weakness. I feel like if anything, that's a benefit in this day and age. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can find out like everyone's information nowadays just by Googling their name. You know, it's like, and I'm violent. Okay, all right. Like,
He's a cop. He's violent. It makes sense.
Yeah. All right, bro. Like, whatever, yo. Black Lives Matter, gang. Scorpio. Apparently, I like. Yes, I like the truth. Facts. Well, truth and facts. It kind of goes in the same category. Being right. Well, who likes being wrong?
Yeah.
Long time friends. I guess. I mean, you and I have been friends for a minute, so like, I mean, we weren't friends freshman year of high school, but you know, until like the end. Like, I don't know. It was somewhere in that transition when like the coach like pulled us to the side and was like, y'all got to cut this out. And we were just like, fuck it, bro, like, whatever, like, it ain't even that serious. And then we started weight training together and shit. So teasing, I like teasing. Nah,
we ain't even gonna get we ain't even gonna get into that,
bro. And a grand passion. Okay, I can agree with that. I'm very passionate. I am dedicated. What I dislike, dishonesty, of course. But who, like, this is what I'm saying though, this is so general. Like, who likes someone who's dishonest?
Yeah.
So who likes being lied to? Like, that's so general.
Yeah, exactly.
Revealing secrets. Do I hate revealing secret? I only hate revealing secrets to somebody who may not be sticking around in my life.
Yeah.
But once again, I feel like that's kind of anybody. Like, I don't know too many people that just reveal their deepest secrets and like, you know, are just gonna do it to anybody. Or like who likes revealing secrets? Once again, that's a very general thing. Passive people. I don't know. I don't know. What's a passive person? Like somebody who All right, let's Google that real quick. 10 things passive people say. Psychologytoday.com. They leave their future to the fates. Never heard that. They believe things just happen. Well, that's life. Things do happen. They confuse failure with destiny. They believe luck is more important ingredient in it. Hold on. They believe luck is a more important ingredient for success. Okay. Their language is hesitant and tentative. They're big on approval seeking. Okay. They belittle their own views. Yeah, I don't really like that. That sounds very beta.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe me.
So passive people. Yeah, I guess I don't like y'all.
So there's,
according to Scorpio.
I actually want to get into this because it's something I've dived into very recently. It was yesterday because, like I said, I'm trying to transform my lifestyle. I feel like the greatest thing holding me back from really any venture in my life has been just what I do in my free time. And for me, without being in the gym, that is being on my computer, just fucking off, playing games and stuff. And just bottom line, I don't care what, like, with the way circumstances are now in life, like, it's bringing no value in my life. It's not doing anything. So I've been trying to completely just avoid playing games stuff. But anyways, in my free time, and you briefly touched on this earlier, but I got into this self-improvement thing. That's if I'm not playing games or whatever, my thing, my hobby is self-improvement. What book can I read to understand myself more, understand people around me better? That whole broad topic, right? So like I'll have a book that's like, and I got this one coming out of basic, is dealing with people you can't stand, and it kind of breaks up into the different kind of personalities there are and how to deal with each one. And anyways, there was this website that I was directed to through this course I've been doing that helps you understand your goals more, set goals, and follow them more. And anyways, it was called like 16personalities.com. And
yeah, it's like the Myers-Briggs thing, right?
Surprisingly, dude, I did this 16personalities.com thing, and that shit was very accurate.
Yeah, that I 100% agree. I feel like that website describes my personality a lot more than a fucking Zodiac sign.
Yeah.
Hold on, because I screenshotted it. I'm gonna go back and tell you what mine was.
Mine was an advocate.
I'm an architect. INTJA.
Okay. INTJA.
Yeah. And that, like you said, like that was very accurate. And what I liked about it was that it told you your strengths and weaknesses, and that shit was way more spot on than the Scorpio shit. And it kind of told you the type of person you are in a relationship, was damn near spot on. And it told you like kind of what
the only difference between me and you on their little code thing was, so the way they break it down for the people that don't understand is there's like 5 different domains of traits. So there'll be introverted, there'll be so there's 5, right? So there's introverted, intuitive, feeling, judging, and assertive. And for each of those there's an opposite. So for introverted it's controverted. For feeling there's thinking. For judging, there's prospecting, so there's opposites, right? And I noticed for me and you, the only one we had difference is you had thinking over feeling, because you said you had INTJA. Mine
Yeah.
was INFJA. So for me, and like I said, the 16 personalities thing was surprisingly really accurate compared to just bullshitting stars and the distance between them, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it was spot on. It's like, for me, I'm very much a do by heart than do by brain power. So yeah, man.
Yeah. So what was yours? Because you said mine was thinking over feeling, but yours was feeling over thinking.
Yeah, because yours was INTJA.
TJA,
The
yeah.
opposite of the feeling was thinking.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I guess, yeah, that's my thing. Like, I go off of facts versus
logic. Yeah.
versus like how I feel. Like, I make decisions based off of like facts, basically, which is why I didn't buy any GameStop stock, because they're shit. So but if I had maybe I had some just that trait was different, maybe I would have bought some GameStop stock. But like, based off logic, that company was going under, so I was like, fuck it, I'm not putting money into this shit. But lo and behold, a year later, they fucking $480 a share overnight. So
Yeah, going into my Capricorn, or going into my zodiac sign, is I'm a Capricorn, right? So let's go down the list. Element is earth. Quality is cardinal. Color, and we're assuming this is saying this is our favorite color, or this is what color we look best wearing. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't get what is getting.
Brown and black. I guess if emo scene was my style. Favorite day is Saturday. S-cap. Ruler is Saturn. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
Greatest overall compatibility: Taurus and Cancer. And like I said, Cancer, we love toxic females.
Bruh, it
Cancer,
does not mean, bruh. It does not mean that, yo. But whatever, bruh. It's all memes at this point.
Yeah. Toxic females only. Strengths: responsible, disciplined, self-control, good managers.
Okay.
I would have to agree with everything except the
Yeah.
good managers. I haven't really been in a leadership position yet. There's only so much leading you can do in primary school.
Yeah.
Any opportunities though, I enjoyed it. I loved being that like head honcho in a group or something. Anyways, weaknesses: know-it-all, unforgiving, condescending, and expecting the worst.
How's that a
only
weakness
one-
though? How's expecting the worst a weakness though?
Yeah, the only one I would say is accurate is expecting the worst. Like, I never go into something always expecting shit to work out. I'm always like, if shit doesn't work out, this is what I got in mind. Or when something happens, I'm always asking why.
Nah, man, unforgiving, that definitely applies to you, bro. Because I remember, and if Anton, you're watching this, this man was like, never forgive, never forget. Like, so.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, that's like some inside joke between me and my friend that I knew in 6th grade, and I obviously reunited with him, and when I moved up to Alaska, that was his little spiel he told me. But I would say the unforgiving thing, like touching into my personal life, like my relationship ain't been sunshine rainbows. Like, The average relationship, even the extraordinary relationship, wouldn't exist under the circumstances I've had with my current girlfriend.
Yeah, like you were unforgiving, like it wouldn't have been a thing, like still.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I feel like, and they say like no one really knows you more than like your mom. Is my mom always said I had a heart of gold, and I definitely feel like that's applied in my current relationship because, oof, yeah.
Yeah.
But to know it all, I would say growing up I'd say up until like I was, how old was I going in? Well, in 7th grade, was that 14, right?
Yeah,
14.
yeah, about like 13,
Yeah, that's
14.
when I went to Maryland. I would say that's kind of accurate, but I got humbled when I went to Maryland. Like, it was a completely different scene. Living in Louisiana, I was used to everyone gets along. There's a social structure in every high school, every neighborhood in America. But down there, it was more relaxed. I go to Maryland, I have people coming for my neck out of nowhere, making fun of my athletic ability, whatever the hell. And that definitely changed me. I wouldn't say it really humbled me, but it definitely made me more reserved. So yeah, I'm definitely not a know-it-all. Trying to practice and be a better Christian. I know I only know so much.
Yeah. But let's be honest though, the know-it-all thing is kind of like a maturity thing also, like when you're younger, you're gonna be like, it's like, oh, I'm in GT or I'm in honors and I'm in,
Yeah.
like all this other like stupid shit that nobody gives a fuck about. I never gave a fuck. I'll still smack the shit out of you. I don't give a fuck if you're in GT. Like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care, bro. Like, shut all that bullshit up, because at the end of the day, we all gotta be 6 feet under some days. So,
Yeah.
but know it all. Yeah, that's just something that's gonna come with maturity, man. Like, not everybody's gonna be valedictorian. Like there can only be one. I mean, I guess there can technically be a joint valedictorian, but that doesn't really count. Like, there's only going to be one, so, it's like, not everybody can be a know-it-all, bro. It's just point blank, simple.
Yeah, and then this other trait is condescending. I don't feel like I am more important or intellectual than other people in general. Like, I feel like, and me and you've talked in the past, is there are a bunch of different smarts in the world.
Yeah.
And
There's
no one is all of them. No one is, all of the above,
Yeah, I highly doubt the person who's the most street smart is also the valedictorian.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's selling dimes on the corner and then it has a 5.0.
Yeah.
I don't think
I knew right away in school I was definitely leaning towards street smarts. I was selling paper on a bus making money. Okay.
Bro, shut up. Yo, what?
No, truth. I used to be
young trapper.
Into this is back when I had some sort of creative side of me. I was into drawing, all that jazz. I was into origami, and I was pretty good at it. So I'd go home, look at these videos, copy them, and no shit, I would have people at school that would buy this folded up paper that probably wouldn't last a day.
Damn, bro, my man was hustling young, like, young Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Like, he's young and getting
it. And funny thing about that is I've been reading this book. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a super common recommended book in the subject of finance and living a more financially free life. But I've been reading this book, and he talks about his experience as a kid and getting into street smarts. The financial hunger, willing to do by any means necessary to thrive financially. But his dad says, okay, well, if you want to get this, you need to make money, right? This kid's like, okay, well, how do we make money? So he's about like 7 years old at the time, and he partners up with his like neighbor, his neighbor's son. So they go out and they're collecting everyone's toothpaste tubes for a long time. Just pile of toothpaste tubes in this crate in front of their house. Really fucking weird. But he explains back in the day, the tubes that hold the toothpaste, they were made out of lead or whatever. So what this kid did at 7 years old with his buddy is they were actually trying to make money. Literally, not even figuratively, they were trying to make money. So they ended up melting the toothpaste tubes down for the lead, and were trying to make, what was it, nickels out of the lead.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some real trap star shit. Like my man is making fake currency, bro.
Yeah. So that was a funny read. I'm still reading that book. It's pretty good. The first lesson he touches on is the difference between wealthy people and poor people. Is poor people work for money. Wealthy people, I'm sure you can fill it in, make money work for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a good read. I've definitely had some
fun
reading.
At some point in life, I mean, that's the goal, is like is to get money, sure, because it makes the world go round. But at some point,
getting money ain't nothing funny.
You definitely want to have the money work for you, so that way you can spend your time doing things that are that money can't buy. Because you're gonna get to a point in your life, if you're going about life the typical American way, you're eventually probably going to be married, you're going to have kids, you're going to do these ideal things, and everybody's definition of happiness is different, or view on happiness is different. But if you go about it in any of the typical way that an American would go about it, there's going to be certain things that you get to a point where money can't buy, because when you're young you feel like money can get you everything. But you start to realize, like, oh, like all cars are the same, like really, like they get you from point A to point B. All houses are kind of they serve the same purpose, like it's a place to lay your head at night, whether it's a mansion or an apartment. It's like a place to just sleep. Like when you break it down, it's really not as complex as what some people think. And when you have kids and you have a wife and shit or whatever it is, like, you're going to prioritize those things. Like those are things that like money can't buy. Like you can't put a price on a human. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
quick fact, a 2017 report from the Government Accountability Office found that the median retirement savings for Americans between age 55 and 64 was $107,000.
That's it? Is that in 2020?
Yep. I mean, this was done in 2017.
Okay, my bad.
Not much has changed since then.
Oof, that number's lower now with COVID.
But yeah, another statistic here, and this is again by the Accountability Office, is still 79% of workers who have access to a workplace retirement plan aren't using it to save. Only half have a retirement plan. Yikes.
Well, I guess this naturally transitions into your topic that you wanted to talk about. Basically, the business not being included in primary school, or just schooling in general, like any sort of financial education that's actually useful. I don't know if you took business in high school, but
I did.
okay, you took business.
I took it online though. I did not take it by an instructor.
Yeah, I
It's a
took it.
completely different learning environment.
I took it in high school, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't remember a damn thing from that class because there wasn't anything that I could apply from that class to my personal life. So
Yeah.
like they don't teach you about credit. They don't teach you about, like, bro, like, we need to teach, like, when you take a business class, bro, like, a lot of the time they're gonna teach you about things that, like, you can't apply, like, to your daily life. And that's my biggest thing. Like, if it's going to be something that you learn and it's something like relatable, like something like business, it needs to be something that you can apply to your life, so that way you actually understand it, you know what I mean, and you look at things different. And I just, like, you should, in business classes, you should teach kids about, like, credit, like, loans, like, fucking, like, what to expect, like, interest rates, like, what's an APR, like, what's like, the process of buying a house, the process of buying a car, what a soft hit, what a hard hit is, like, what, like, just, like, investing, like, they should teach you about the stock market. Like, why don't, like, you know, all these things that you could apply to your daily life and you're going to have to deal with at some point, why do they not teach you about it? Everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm investing in my 401k, and but, like, you realize that money is being invested by basically a broker, and, like, they're putting it into stocks that collect dividends and just grow for you over time. So, like, bro, like, how, like, why don't they teach you that stuff? Like, everybody talks about a 401k, but every time you ask them, like, what does that mean, like, they're just like, oh, well, you know, it's retirement money. And that's it. Like, you know, they don't really tell you, like, everything about it. So it's like, if it's your money, like, you need to know, like, where this shit is going and, like, what that means. Like, what is a 401? Like, what does it truly mean? What is the stock market? How do I make money in it? Like, and fortunately, we live in a day and age where everything's a Google search away. I mean, I didn't learn anything about the stock market in school, but to this day, I'm making money off of it. Jake, you just said your girl made $4,000, right, off of just trading some shit recently, and she doesn't know a damn thing about the stock market, really. She knows enough to invest, but you know, like, if you can factor in, like, certain factors and stuff like that, you can actually make money, and it's really that simple, as long as you have the money to put into it. So why weren't these things taught? Why aren't these things talked about in school? Why is it the business classes in college, like, why are they all such bullshit, like, situations that you may or may not apply to your future job or even to your personal life? So that's my take on it. I don't know, you got the floor.
Yeah, we talked about this in the last podcast, is being financially smart. I think the biggest takeaway from anything, stock market, retirement, whatever, I think the biggest takeaway, in my opinion, is the number one wealth building tool for people is what? That's their salary, what they're getting paid from whatever they're doing for a living. And, you know, American young adult mentality is college.
Yeah.
College. And it's a debatable topic. I had seen a video recently where this guy was talking about his job, where he did a trade school, and he was making he was going into the 6 figures, and he had only spent $20,000 on his overall education in like a 2-year time span of him learning his job, right? He was a power line technician or something along those lines, right? And the counter argument for people was, okay, well, he is breaking his back. Like he's making money without a degree, but at the compromise of his health. And I feel like that's kind of the mentality of the people going to college. Is by them choosing college, they're choosing vitality, like their health.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is yes, you can make money not going to college, but it doesn't always have to be, in the trenches, getting your hands dirty work.
Yeah.
It could be investing, being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't have to be back-breaking labor. And a lot of people don't really understand that is, building wealth and choosing not to go to college doesn't mean you are slaving away every day of the week doing something very laborious. So
Yeah, I agree with that. A lot of people think that, like people in waste management, like they make a great salary.
yeah.
But they're shoveling shit, and it's like you're.
I realized that on my own, man. Is I wanted to go in the army. Like I already had the right way of going about it, like having someone pay for my schooling and stuff. But listen, the army's not paying all the money for me to become a physical therapist. Like there's just no way.
Yeah.
And I looked at the ROI for the job, return on investment, and there's multiple things to factor in. How much school overall is going to cost me, how much time it's going to take, what am I, what's my, I wouldn't say really guaranteed salary going into the field, what's the probability of me getting a job. Huge one there that damn near no one going to college takes into consideration. And job satisfaction. And for me, the sticking point for that was, it was like 8 years for you to become a physical therapist. 8 years is a long fucking time at the age of 18, 19, right?
Yeah.
And where I seen myself in 8 years was not making 70K, 80K salary. Just now getting into my career field. It's not what I wanted for myself. My mentality is, how can I retire fastest way possible? And it just wasn't for me. And I also did some soul searching. Was like, is this the career field I really want to go in? And neither of those made me pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Everybody, of course, everybody is drastically different when it comes to how they operate day to day and in their life and how they think and whatnot. I don't think zodiac signs have anything to do with it, but I do think that basically, like operating like day to day, and how you make your decision. Like, okay, let's take my situation for example. Like I knew I didn't want to go to college, like right off rip. So
Yeah.
you look at that and you're like, how do I make it? And it's just as simple as like evaluating your options, finding something that you really want to do, and then going and pursuing it. Like learning a trade, or like learning, like, things like that are that give you like alternatives in life, like, other than the typical college route. I feel like we always like, end up talking about this in some way, shape, or form, like this whole college thing. And I guess like what we're just trying to get at, like ultimately, is just you don't need it. You don't need
Yep.
it. There's so many opportunities in life, and you don't have to break your back to be a fucking millionaire. I mean,
And I
what
was
is it?
challenged that when you go to college, you're living life on easy mode.
Basically.
I would like to, challenge that. And like I said, with this book I've been reading, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he says, one dad of his, because his supposedly rich dad was just his friend's dad, right? His neighbor. That was his rich dad. It's not that, he had a stepfather and a biological father. It was his biological dad was poor and his neighbor's dad was rich, right? Anyways, he says his biological father would say, okay, I can't afford that. And he talks like, okay, when you immediately say, I can't afford that, instead of, how can I afford that? You're immediately taking your brain out of the equation,
Yep.
And when, you have a lot of people that are like, okay, I'm just going to go to college. They, in a way, are taking out their brain power. Like, okay, I'm not going to think of different avenues of me building wealth. I'm gonna do this job that is supposed to be prestigious, and that's how I'm gonna build my fortune. And it's not easy work coming up with a different sources of income. Building passive income, investing in real estate, writing an ebook, whatever. So, yeah.
Well, I feel like that, like just doing that. I mean, there are just so many. I just feel like that there's no excuse for it these days. Back then, sure, maybe without the internet, but these days, even like the dumbest person in the world like can make money, like passive income on investing. Like, and it doesn't have to be you that invests. You can put it into something a lot more like growth stock.
Yeah, with the applications that are coming out nowadays, it's pretty much buy a monthly subscription and we do all the work for you.
Yeah.
And I don't know the legitimacy of some of these applications out there where they automatically save for you because you don't have the financial discipline to budget and control your money and it not control you. But I don't know the legitimacy of these applications, but I mean they're out there to try for people that won't work done for them. But
yeah, if you don't know how to, then you can pay somebody else a small fee and have it done for you. But that's the society we live in, man. Like, like you have the option to do that. Like, there is no excuse when that is factored in. There is no excuse, man. Like, I'm just not trying to hear it. Like, the sky's the limit, and you as a person in American society choose your own fate. Nobody was asked to be born, but if you die just as broke as you were born broke, then that's your fault.
Yep. Interesting thing I want to talk about is and it's very relevant to what we're talking right now, is me and you both love the man himself, Eric Thomas. Great motivational speaker, probably the best.
Yeah.
And I'm subscribed to him on YouTube and stuff. I watch his videos whenever he puts something out. And one of the videos he recently put out, he was talking to this football campus. I wasn't really sure which one he was talking to, but the way he was talking about it was, he mentioned, okay, I'm a motivational speaker, the most paid right now. I'm making a name for myself. I'd consider myself pretty successful, but he's like, let me ask you, how much do you think Martin Luther King was making in his time? He went around the room, people raising their hand, and long story short, he was like, okay, well, Martin Luther King isn't making or wasn't making remotely as much as I am. And he's like, I'm telling you right now, I think Martin Luther King was way sweeter than I am. I mean, and that's obvious, right? I mean, but he's like, I think Martin Luther King was way sweeter than I am, had way more talent than me. Yet he was making more, or he was making less. He's like, why is that? And he had, people going around the room answering why. He's like, well, you're correct. It's opportunity, a day and age, right? Back then, there were a lot less opportunities for, minorities, people of color. And he goes on the topic of, okay, there are a lot more opportunities, not only for people of color, but for everyone in this day and age. There are a lot more opportunities. And the difference between then and now is people understood what it meant to have an opportunity. And when you understand you have an opportunity, you don't take it for granted. There are a million opportunities people are given in a year nowadays, but it has just been so commonplace that it's not being valued. So yeah, long story short, just being true to myself, I wasn't really interested in going into medical field like the rest of my family has. My mom's a nurse, dad is soon to be retired combat medic, and my sister is a dental assistant working at her dental hygiene degree. And it wasn't for me. I love helping people and stuff, but doing it through a medicinal career field was not for me. Down the line, I see myself, my long term, deathbed goal would be opening up my own Christian-based youth center for, at troubled youth, or, people that just, like I said, weren't presented opportunities like I've been fortunate to grow up with, and give them hope and confidence for a better future for themselves, but also helping them find a connection, a relationship with Jesus along the way, God along the way. So I plan on tapping into what makes me take my passion, which is helping other people through that. And that's a long-term goal. That's gonna take a lot of micro success and huge success points in my life, like establishing top tax bracket income at some point. Because let's be honest, starting any business, if you're trying to be the elite in whatever field you're in, it requires a lot of money. So that's kind of the main reason I'm not going to stay in the military. Is my prospect on life. I need to make way more and have way more means than what the Army is going to offer me. So that's why I'm doing my 6 years, getting out, but I'm also doing a career field that will pay off once I transition to the civilian sector, which is cybersecurity. It's not really a field that taps into me helping others. It really doesn't focus on that at all. But kind of what the 16 personalities thing touched on is, as for how I'm wired as a person, it's okay for me to do something now in turn for what I want to accomplish later on in life. By no means am I saying I picked this job and it's not something I like doing or I'm interested in I picked this job because it's a really good job, but I've also found myself to be more inclined in computer work, networking, stuff like that. But is this my end all be all, like my, cyber security legacy? Is that going to be, my defining thing while I'm on this earth? And I'll see right now that it's not. It's not something where, I get up and it's why I get up every day. But yeah, it's for me. It's one step.
It's a step in the direction
Yeah.
that of your ultimate goal. I mean, getting a
Exactly.
bachelor's in like anything period is gonna be beneficial, but the fact that you didn't have to pay for it is like, where you're gonna be so much more ahead of the curve than the rest of the crowd. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That's kind of the only reason I think a lot of people, at least that I know, like, are going into the military nowadays is like for the free school.
Yeah.
They're not going into that shit to fight no war, because we're in no war. It's like,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not doing that stuff nowadays. Nowadays, it's like it's a financial move. It's like, hey, let's go into the military so I can save money and get free school. That's basically it. Get a degree for free. So.
Yeah. My just what I was trying to get is like, this field, cybersecurity. It's not my passion. It's not what makes me tick, but it's something I enjoy, and it gets me a step closer to accomplishing my passion and following that through. So that's why, I'm going to continue to do the best I can with the 6 years I've been given, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
But besides the youth center thing, it's still a huge dream of mine to establish
It's not personal, it's strictly business.
what's the way to put it, a network of people to help and bring along in life, whether that's through emotional needs, like motivational pep talk, whatever, or the fitness with the stuff I've learned and the time I've worked out.
Yeah, it's kind of like building an empire type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
all of our social medias can be found in the link below. Rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. Rate us 1 star if you want to be a hater. We're all for it. But drop a rate. And so, yeah, this has been the Enrgy Podcast, Recharge the Energy. If y'all like the podcast, just give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. And like I said, all our social medias will be linked down below. So, peace.